Our goal here at Whitefeather Organics is to create a sustainable, local food option for our community. I personally, before meeting my wife, Laura, had a vision that this is what I wanted to do. This is where I felt I fit into society and what I could offer to society. So that said, about 17 years ago, I started interning on organic vegetable farms. Ten years ago, we decided to buy this farm and start this farm. And really coming from a personal focus of providing directly for a community.
Whitefeather Organics is a diverse, sustainable, small-scale farm feeding the community and ourselves.
It's like their very favorite part of the day. They don't really care about their feed as much as they do the compost bucket.
Well, every single morning, no matter what time of year and no matter what day, I start with the animal chores. Animals need to be fed daily. So we raise laying hens, pigs, meat chickens, about 400 a summer, and turkeys.
Those creatures aren't not necessarily only a protein revenue for people in the farm, but they're also part of our fertility program. So again, diversity. We're looking how to be diverse in our fertility, try to mimic nature, and so they're important creatures as far as work in the soil and for us as well.
Then we move on to our other daily chores, which includes the full gardening. Gardening an intense 5 to 6 acres of vegetables is a lot of daily seasonal work. And keeping track of all of our customers, be it individual families or the restaurants or stores. It's a lot of communication.
The program that really helps the farm the most is what we call community supported agriculture. It's a weekly box delivery. So what we're trying to mimic there is just a wholesome garden that we're providing weekly. So we're really trying to grow as many different diverse items as possible. So I mean, everything from asparagus to zucchini, really. There's a lot of stuff. It's almost easier to say what we don't grow. The difference between organic products and non-organic can be a broad stroke of just that organic products are products that there's more attention to the ecosystem you're working with. So we're paying attention to the insects when they're hatching, we're paying attention to our soil and the quality of it, and using systems or products that don't really they either biodegrade well, or we're trying to enhance nature's already well-functioning system. So essentially there's no synthetic additives. It's healthier for the farmer, really, because we're not exposing ourselves to high dosages of pesticides, which can be lethal. We're not using synthetic fertilizers that can wash away easily and contaminate our waterways. Organic and local is another thing. So we really focus on selling our products locally to our community direct. But I think organic is an important title for sure. That really means a lot more than just what you as a consumer are eating, but maybe how you're treating the environment around you, or choosing to with your dollar.
In my book, organic is right for more than one reason. I mean, we think about what we put into our own bodies, and we don't want toxins, on our immediate food. This is the main thing that sustains us day to day. But we also think about the soil and the other animals that we share this earth with. But also high on my list is the people that have to deal with those pesticides. And we're not talking about us spraying fields, we're talking about the people that are creating them in factories and the chemicals and the spills and the concentrated areas. I definitely don't want to be a part of other people's health on that level too. Well, for our livestock, we definitely get down to one group of animals that we keep over winter, and that'd be the laying hens. Everything else we market for just a seasonal life, so that you don't have to, the winter chores become a lot more difficult with water freezing and snow building up and making paths to access to these animals. So we'll be down just to our laying hens, and then it's just making sure that their water's not frozen and making sure the eggs aren't frozen. That's all part of it.
They just take a turn, we try to put our fields to rest slowly, and we start working. Now our farm is from scratch, so we've built every building here, so we still have a lot of infrastructure. Then we kind of go into the planning phase of the farm. So we'll, I sit and go through my last year's records, and I see what does well. We have to plan their rotations, plan how many row feet there are, and come up with a fertility rotation plan where we're moving crops, moving animals. It gets fairly elaborate. And then of course ordering seed, which is always a fun time for a farmer to go through the catalogs. So yeah, that's what changes out here. So we don't stop, we just change gears. I think knowing where your food comes from and spending your money as a vote to make change it's agriculture, and the culture is an important part of that. And us as humans have to kind of consider where we stand in our relationship with nature and our food system. So I think it's an important contemplation we all need to make. So.